We are here today to talk about Halloween in India. Hi, I'm Naveena. I am a life explorer, and this is.
I'm Ekta and I study BA in Music and Psychology.
We are here today to talk about Halloween in India.
Halloween?
Yes, Halloween in India.
What's Halloween?
Exactly. It is a new concept which has emerged because of the Western influence in India. If you take Halloween as such, it was made popular in Western countries because kids used to dress up for trick or treat. They used to dress up in like little horror monsters and go around to every house. They would knock on the door, make their neighbors open the door. They would say trick or treat.
I've
So
seen that in movies.
yes, I think it's Home Alone also. There is it. I'm not sure
Maybe.
which movie. So this habit of watching movies of English movies has actually spread wide. This concept of Halloween and having it as a festival for the kids to just enjoy, put up mock costumes and go to your neighbors and asking for trick or treat has been commercialized a lot in India. The children also sit and watch horror movies and they light bonfires traditionally in Western countries, and they share stories and just have fun, collect candies, share their candies, share their jokes, share their tricks with their neighbors. Generally, it's a time out for kids. So, Halloween is a day which falls on 31st October of every year, and the Halloween Eve, which falls on 31st October night, is the starting for All Saints Day, which falls on 1st November, which gradually falls into All Souls Day on November 2, going from Halloween into All Saints Day into All Souls Day. What is the connection which is there? When we think about that, we have to look back a little bit into the history of Halloween, which was celebrated by the Celts. It was believed that the 31st of October was the end of the harvest season, which is summer, and the Celts dressed up like the spirits of their ancestors with pumpkin heads and clothes, and they went around making sure that their harvest is safe. They believed that the spirits took form on that day and they used to roam around freely among in the forest, and they didn't want their harvest to get wasted.
Like scarecrows?
Exactly. How close is that to Indian tradition now? So, and that also reminds me that end of harvest season in the south is celebrated as Pongal, which is the beginning of Tamil New Year. So there is a lot of connection between Halloween as in a Western tradition and Halloween as an Indian tradition. So also the fact that Halloween is celebrated to commemorate the souls who have passed away. Now, why do we have to celebrate the souls who have passed away?
I don't know.
When we think about that, we are giving them gratitude. We're being thankful to what they have offered. We're thankful to food, shelter, our parents, the love that they have shared with us. We are thankful to the knowledge that they have passed on from one generation to the other, because without them, what are we? We don't have any base, we don't have anything to look forward to. How many people have nothing or nobody to connect to? We are very happy because we have a rich family background, a rich Indian tradition which always makes sure it connects you with your ancestors. It gives a chance to every year when we remember them to thank them, to make their souls cross over happily. And if they have to find their way back home, to light a lamp to make sure they come back home safely or reach the destination that they are meant to go to. It also gives a chance for the living. How? When we actually think of someone who has left us, what grips us is the sadness inside. that they're not physically there next to us. But when we actually remember what they have shared with us and the joy that they have given us, and celebrate them for what they were and let their souls release, we are giving a joy to the soul which has just been released. We're also giving ourselves a piece of joy, a piece of happiness that we deserve. We need to let go of them for us to be able to move on. We need peace of mind, and for that, we remember them every year. There are different ways that in India that we celebrate the commemoration ceremony. One of it is Shraddh. Shraddh is celebrated once a year, and they have lengthy ceremonies like 15 days in the beginning of September is celebrated as a Shraddh, where we observe fasting in many places in India and make sure we light diya, we cook food, share the love, cook what they liked, and share it with others. By sharing this happiness with others, we feel that their souls are happy. We are doing a good gesture. By giving to others, we feel happy too. So that's also a very important point to be noted there, because joy comes by giving, not by receiving all the time.
It's a very positive way to remember rather than remembering what negatives they have done.
What negative they have done and how negative you feel without them. Because holding back to someone who has already passed away is not going to give you any peace of mind. You have to let them go. You have to start living your life without them. Yes, it is a hard take. Yes, it is a space which cannot be filled by some other person, but that is still a very special place which is there in your heart. Save it for them. Mourn over their loss until when it is necessary. But then you have to get over it to be able to move ahead in life. This reminds me of a personal story of mine when my first experience of death of a person who was very close to me is my grandmother when I was very young. My mom comes up to me one morning at 5 o'clock. I was around 5 years old, sleeping. She wakes me up saying, "Wake up, grandma's no more." I said, "What? You must be joking." Because I had just seen her the day before and she used to be so much full of joy. She used to share stories with me. She used to wear these big anklets and roam around at night. It used to scare me a bit. But then always the stories that she shared were like God stories, stories related to devotion. So that's what I really remember about her. And she had this beautiful glowing skin, and she used to apply oil on her legs, and she was so hardworking. So some of her positives. So I refused to believe that she's no more. Just said, "You're joking," and I went back to bed. She had to shake me up and took me to my grandma's place. There I was told that she died in her sleep. She had such a beautiful smile on her face. Such a heartwarming smile. She died because of heart attack. But when I looked at her lying down, I thought she was sleeping. I was not able to understand why everybody around her are crying. She's just sleeping. I was just playing around, having fun like a kid, playing with the neighbors' kids. It really struck me when they took me also to the place where she got cremated. It was an electric crematory ground, and until they opened the door of the electric cremation, and then I saw the red hot coal into which she's going to be dragged, and I didn't realize she's no more. I swear if my mom was not holding on to me, I would have run in with her. And the feeling is so strong, it grips me even today. So that was my first experience of a very close one to me who's here no more. That helped me understand death also a little better. Slowly but surely I didn't understand. Now, yes, it is very difficult to not have someone who we really loved, not have them beside you. But then there's a better sense of understanding that they're in a better place than you are. So be happy for them and enjoy yourself and your life better, because that is what would give them peace and give you internal peace as well. This also connects to the fact that we celebrate something called as a tithi. It's called in South India, where just like a Shraddh, which is celebrated in North India, we have a tithi which connects to the moon calendar. Like you have a birth chart drawn up. There is a chart drawn up for the person who passes away, and according to that star day, you celebrate a tithi once a year. You pray for their souls to rest in peace.
On that day,
That day, where you make good food and serve in front of their photograph, thank them, remember them, bring the joy back. I remember my grandma every year. I remember her every day. So she's there, she's in a better place. We all hope that the nearer and dear ones which are no more with us are happy too. So there is a very deep connection between Halloween in India and the Indian tradition. Halloween in India has been celebrated for the souls which have left us and are no longer here. Let us turn this day into a peaceful one.